Hey guys, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to another edition of My Little Pony Vlogs. Today I'm talking about The Best Night Ever, written by Amy Kitten Rogers. Now this is the Season 1 finale of the first season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now the first thing I have to say is the fact that Amy Kitten Rogers is writing the finale. Now I know there isn't a norm for My Little Pony as of yet, at least with this episode, but later seasons, it's usually M.A. Larson or Megan McCarthy who write the finale or the pilot for each season. I mean, think about it. Lauren Faust wrote the pilot for season 1, but Amy Kitten Rogers was the one who wrote the finale. You kind of have to wonder if Lauren Faust would have wrote the finale for this episode if she was still writing for the show. Kind of makes you think about that in many cases. Oh, and I'm wearing my hat because why not? So, basically, here's how the episode starts. Basically, we're shown, like, this image of Pinkie Pie jumping on a trampoline being excited because the Grand Galloping Gala is tonight. Yes, the Grand Galloping Gala that's been established since episode 3 and re-established in episode 13. Now they're actually going to the gala. Of course, Pinkie Pie is told by Rarity if she's not going to let her wear her dress if she's all sweaty, so the rest of the main six come in, and Twilight shows off a new spell that she learned. She turned an apple into a carriage. Now, I know what a lot of people have to say. Yes, this is a parody of, damn it, what was that movie called? I forgot the movie. Yes, I did. I really did forget the movie. Ain't that great with my stuff, but you get what I mean. You know how, like, you know, her fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a carriage and stuff like that? Leave a comment below on what the movie was called again, because I honestly don't remember. I am sorry. I really don't remember. And then she turns mice into horses, which look... ugh. That's all I'm going to say is just ugh. But of course, Opalescence scares them away after she attacks them. And now they're saying, how are we going to get to the gala now? And then Rarity does like a little like joke like, whatever shall we do? And then gives like the only face like, are you serious? That was like the perfect are you serious face, because she ended up going to a couple of ponies that know her, and they're going to pull the carriage. And I just love Twilight's expression here, like, oh, yeah, right. Like kind of like the only like idiot moment. And you get what I mean. So what happens next is that the main six are basically preparing themselves for the Grand Galloping Gala, you know, doing their hair and stuff like that. Then Spike's knocking on the door asking to come in, and Rainbow Dash was about to let him in, and then Rarity is like, heavens no, we're getting dressed. And then Applejack says, dressed? Beg your pardon, but we don't normally wear clothes. I laughed at this statement because it's so true. Like, Rarity's trying to be like, oh, we're getting dressed. You're not supposed to watch women get dressed. You don't wear clothes at all. The only thing I've seen any of them wear is Rarity's glasses, Applejack's hat, and that's about it. I mean, that's about it. That's really about it. So, of course, Spike has this idea of basically them all hanging out with each other at the Grand Galloping Gala, which I do agree with. Like, I would like to see them all just hang out with each other at the Grand Galloping Gala. But they all have their specific plans for the gala as well. So now we get on to them moving on to the gala, and when we get to the gala, we get to see the main six in their dresses, and they are so cute! Blood, sex, gore, death, destruction! No, screw it. The main six here are adorable. Can you really blame me? Like, really? You already heard me say how much I love the dresses' designs in Suited for Success, and now that we actually see them all dressed up for it and everything, now they actually really look the part. So now we get into a song which is called I believe it's called At the Gala, where they begin talking about what are their plans for the gala. Fluttershy wants to go to the garden and make friends with the animals there. Applejack wants to try to sell her apples there. Twilight wants to spend time with Princess Celestia. Rarity wants to try to woo Prince Blueblood. Don't even get me started on that. Rainbow Dash wants to impress the Wonderbolts, basically. And Pinkie Pie just wants to go there to party. So all of them have their plans for the gala, and you can pretty much tell where it's going to go from here. As a matter of fact, another My Little Pony analyst that I know of, the AnYPonys, actually asked a question like this. What would you do if you was at the Grand Galloping Gala? Like, if you had a ticket for the Grand Galloping Gala, what would you do? I did end up leaving a question. I did end up leaving my own answer in his video. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll leave a link in the description below, or maybe an annotation right here, to his Ask video about it. But what I said was, I would probably spend my time in the garden, because I'm not much of a party person. Like, everyone knows me to not be a party person. So, yeah, I would probably spend my time in the garden. If you want to see some of the other responses people have, annotation will be down below, like I did. So anyways, guys, Spike, you know, the main six go their separate ways, and it seems like their plans begin to work at first because they're doing exactly what they wanted, but then again, things start going a little chaotic for them. Like, it starts working at first, their plans start working at first, but then it starts going awry. Like, Applejack was able to sell an apple pie to one of the Wonderbolts, but an hour later, she hasn't sold anything else. Rainbow Dash was able to get, you know, to be with the Wonderbolts by getting into the VIP area for saving Soren's apple pie, but then, you know, she's having troubles trying to speak with them because of the crowd and stuff like that. Fluttershy does actually get to the garden, and she does hear animals and stuff like that, but the whistling that she heard was only coming from another pony, and as she tries to interact with the other animals, they keep running away from her. Rarity is beginning to notice how much of a snob Blue Blood is, and how self-centered he is, I think is the best word. And Pinkie Pie's starting to notice that this isn't the kind of place where she could, you know, do her kind of party style. So basically, every member of the main six are failing in their attempts to make this the best night ever, and so they decide, you know what, if it's not going to happen, we're going to make it happen. And they begin going through some desperation tactics, like, honestly. Fluttershy tries to capture an animal to try to be friends with it. Twilight just tries her best just to, you know, adapt to the situation. Applejack actually knocks over a cart of her apples, like knocks over a bunch of her apples, just to try to get someone to buy some, only to get rejected. Then you have Pinkie Pie doing, like, you know, the pony polka, I believe she was saying. Pony Pokey, I believe. The Pony Pokey, there we go. She was singing a song during all of this, and Rarity trying to get Blue Blood to show, you know, some, I guess chivalry or something like that, or gentlehood style. I don't know, but it's not working either. And it just keeps going worse and worse and worse until they go way out of the forefront. Hell, Fluttershy begins to go crazy, which is, of course, where they got that reference from in Fallout Equestria. We've all had our Gardens of Canterlot. Well, that's where it came from. Freaking episode 26 of My Little Pony. And trust me, guys, I believe watching this episode for that scene alone is worth it, because you actually see Fluttershy have, like, this weird evil laugh, like one of those, like, comic book villains, which was kind of crazy. So they keep trying to go further and further, like, now Pinkie Pie is trying to do music with a DJ stand. Applejack is bringing in a cake that's, you know, an apple cake. Blech. Blech. That's all I gotta say, like, just bleh. And then you have Pinkie Pie jumping from the stage, only to land on the area where Applejack had her cake, sending the cake flying, and then right into Prince Blue Blood, who uses Rarity as a human shield, or pony shield in this case. And Rarity gets so pissed off at this point that she ends up shaking herself, that causes the cake to spill on her, causing Blue Blood to bump right into, like, a statue, nearly knocking that over to the point where Rainbow Dash catches it, and then Rainbow Dash trips over and putting the statue right into a bunch of pillars, basically causing the entire area to break apart. And then Twilight says the dreaded words that you never want to say. Well, it couldn't get any worse, now could it? I'll be right back, guys. Yeah. Never say that line again. Even I learned my lesson from saying that. So anyways, basically Celestia tells Twilight and her friends to run for it, and they do. We end up getting another joke to that movie that I cannot remember. Like, we get another joke to that movie that I cannot remember where Rarity drops her glass slipper, and Pinkie Pie even does the reference saying, "Ooh, Rarity, your glass slipper. Now your Princess Shirley to find you." Rarity ends up getting so scared that she breaks the slipper and runs for it. So the main six end up finding Spike inside of what they know as Donut Joe's donut shop, basically, and they tell Spike exactly what happened, which was basically it becoming the worst night ever. And of course, they do learn. Of course, Princess Celestia comes in, telling them that after they said, "Oh, the Grand Galloping Gala was terrible," she was like, "Oh, it's always terrible. I was happy to know that you and your friends would be coming, and hopefully you would liven things up." And Twilight then gave the moral, which is, like, sometimes it's best to have fun with your friends and stuff like that. And basically, even Spike was like, "You mean all the stuff that I wanted to do?" And it was really funny seeing that scene because it was the truth. I mean, if they hung out together like they really should have, they probably would have had a good time. But because they tried to do all these different things at once and make them all happen, it just made their time a lot worse. But then again, it was a lesson they needed to learn. And that is the best night ever. I like this episode. It's not a favorite episode, however. This episode is not a favorite episode. I'm going to say that right here, right now. This is not one of my favorite episodes of Season 1. But it's still a really good episode that I love and enjoy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people love and enjoy it in many cases. Especially Fluttershy's ballistic reactions, which still, get to me. I mean, seriously, her ballistic reactions are so funny that, the thing is that scream that she does is so freaking scary that, it makes so much sense. Like, honestly. Anyways, guys, that's all I gotta say about the best night ever. Coming up will be my Season 1 overview of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 1. So what the overview is where I'm going to be talking about, my thoughts on the season. But that'll be done in the overview. So until next time, guys, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care.